Here we go. Beat the odds week 8. This is our NFL gambling show. Michael Merlo, Bo Dragon here with you. Bo, a big time week for us last week. A big time week for me. Feeling great. 3-0, 3-0, 5-1 in my last 6 games, but a great week around the NFL. And we are ready to go for week 8. Bo, pumped about a couple of standalone games, but other than that, not really loving the board this week as I did last week, but there's obviously games and money to be won.
Absolutely. And I'll start with the money to be won part. It's National Tight Ends Day on Sunday, and that's where all money comes from. So we'll talk more about that. I'm excited for that. But yeah, the games this week are weird. I was looking at the board, and there's so many teams that are over 7 points in the spread. We have the Falcons Dolphins game. We have the Giants Eagles. Titans Colts is 14.5. Commanders Chiefs 11.5. There's just Bears Ravens 6.5, Jets Bengals 6.5, Bills Panthers 7.5. Like ton of games right there. That
a lot of big numbers.
Yeah, it's projecting to not be good games. So I'm sure they will be good games. I'm sure it will come down to the last minute for many of those games, but that's why we're betting on them, because it'll be fun. So
I overtook the lead last week, better record and more points, 10-11 with 20 points. Bo at 8-13 with 19 points at his 2-point pick last week with the Giants covering in Denver. And what that was, whatever you want to call that.
We don't have to talk about that.
Bo was on it, though. I didn't like that game at all, and the Giants obviously should have won the game outright. They did not. But credit to you for being on that one, because I did not see that at all. I thought the Giants were going to get their asses kicked. But it is time to move to our expert picks, though. I am going to start off once again. Actually, no, you're going to start off.
You're going to start. Mr. 3-0, Mr. 6-pointer.
Yep.
Yeah, good for you. That's crazy last week. You called it too, and I think you deserve the recognition, because you were like, you know what? No, I don't care what anybody says. I'm going 3-0 with your crazy picks.
Weird picks. Yep.
Went 3-0. Okay, my 1-point pick. We'll start off in Baltimore, but I'm taking the Bears. I'm taking the Bears plus 6.5, which I thought was going to be a popular pick this week. Lamar is coming back, not officially, but he is on track to come back. That's why the Ravens are favored by 6.5 points. I think it comes down to the simple things like this. The Ravens have the worst defense in the NFL. I think we all know that. But point-wise, points per game-wise given up, they have the 32nd worst, or 32nd best team, meaning they're the worst. In points given up per game, Bears are top 10 in scoring right now in most categories. You know, this Bears team is clicking 4 games in a row. Ben Johnson is that head coach. Kayla doesn't look great, but it's working. So I think it'll work again this weekend in Baltimore. Chicago also leads the league in defensive turnovers. That's a big one. Lamar's first game back. Who knows what could happen? And I'll leave with this. There's a lot of confidence in Chicago right now. Do they move to 5-2? I don't know, but 6.5 points is a lot of points to cover, and I'm taking it.
Yeah, so this was one of the ones I was kind of on the border here. I told you before we started, I was like, I'm between 3 games for my 1-star pick, and I don't love any of them. I just like them all the same. And you made this one pretty easy for me. One of them was the Ravens minus 6.5. I think that's the number still, and I'm going to take it. You know, you look at this game and you see the way the Bears are playing, and you see how bad the Ravens have been, especially defensively. Take away the fact that Lamar Jackson has not played. Just look at how bad they've been defensively, and you say to yourself, okay, this should be about a 3.5 point game. But Lamar is back, and their defense is still terrible, and the Bears are on a 4-game win streak, and somehow they're still 6.5 point dogs in Baltimore. There's no way it should be that line. And Vegas does not give out free money. So I will not take the bait. I will take the Ravens minus the 6.5, hold my nose, and hope Lamar and John Harbaugh do what they usually do to the lesser team, to the NFC opponent, which is kick the living crap out of them. Give me the Ravens minus 6.5.
Okay. We're on different sides of the game for our 1-point pick. I feel like we do this every week now, which is awesome. That's good for us.
Well, I wasn't gonna.
I mean,
actually was this close to not using it, and then you said Bears. I was like, all right, I'll use it.
he's playing the game. I love it. He's playing the game the right way. Yeah, I think there's one thing that I've learned through doing this for 7 weeks so far is that if you like a team, take the opposite. So technically, what I should be doing right now, everybody's probably high on the Bears for 6.5. Take the opposites. Take the Ravens. So Mike's taking the safe pick for sure. I'm just going with it because I don't see how this Ravens defense can hold anything. I don't even know if they could beat the Jets right now. No, they could.
Four straight wins for the Bears. I mean, they're rolling, and like you mentioned, Ben Johnson looks like he's a real head coach over there.
Yeah, no, he absolutely does. And sticking on the theme of picking teams that we think are going to win and blow out teams, even though that's the wrong thing to do, I just said it's the wrong thing to do. I'm going to do it again. My 2-point pick, Falcons -7.5 in Atlanta against the Dolphins. Now, we all know how terrible this Dolphins team is. The worst run defense in the NFL. And you have Bijan, however you want to say it, Robinson going against this worst run defense in the NFL. I think he could rush for 200 yards this game. You could get 2-3 touchdowns pretty easily. We know how bad Tua has been. I think this is the game Mike McDaniel gets fired. Everybody is so inconsistent on that team. Their cornerbacks suck, and covering Darnell Mooney and Drake London is not easy. And see, that's the thing is everybody. I already know that I think it's 78% of the money is on Atlanta in this game, but those picks aren't undefeated. I don't know what the record is now. It's probably in the 20s to 40s range. So let's say they're 20-40 when the public is 60% or more against the spread. So I'm going to take the Falcons. I know I'm biting a bullet here, but I don't see how this Dolphins team stops Bijan Robinson, and I do see Mike McDaniel getting fired on Monday morning. So that's going to be the reason why. -7.5 Falcons for my 2-point pick.
Yeah, no real feel on this one for me. So I'm going to skip. I'm going to skip commentary. I don't have anything here. I had no pick here.
I will add one more thing real quick. I just want to say we've seen this Falcons team in prime time, how inconsistent they are. 1 week they're beating the Bills. Next week they're losing to the worst team in football. So I think every single week it's different, and this week is going to be a good week. That's all. That's what I'm banking on this week for my 2-point pick. I know it's crazy, but I just don't see that going wrong. Yeah.
All right, Bo. My 2-point pick is the New Orleans Saints +4.5 at home against the Bucs. The Bucs are incredibly banged up. No Mike Evans, no Bucky Irving. Pretty sure no Chris Godwin this week. And listen, Baker can do without his big-time weapons. Ibuka still playing. Tez Johnson has emerged the last few weeks. Sterling Shepard's been getting some run, but their offensive line still banged up. A little banged up on defense, too. This is a divisional game, and Spencer Rattler and the Saints haven't played that poorly this season under Kellen Moore. It has looked a little bit better. Not saying Spencer Rattler's the answer, just saying it hasn't looked terrible under Kellen Moore. So I will take the home divisional underdog +4.5 here against a beat-up Bucs team, and Spencer Rattler covers his first game in the division, covers his first game as a home underdog. None of the trends are with me in this game, but I am going with the Bucs plus the 4.5.
That's wild. If we think
Saints plus the 4.5.
Right, Saints. And if we think Baker Mayfield is who we think he is, then he is going to have a rally game against his Saints team this week. It's a divisional matchup, obviously. You mentioned that. But, man, you were on the Lions last week. You didn't like the Bucs at all on Monday night, and you were right about that. So you're sticking with that. They are banged up.
A little scary that that you have, a team that just lost on national TV, embarrassed on national TV like that, coming to play a divisional opponent, a lesser team, but it's a divisional home dog. You know how much I love divisional home dogs.
You love those dogs.
Ruff.
Love those dogs. Okay, so moving to my 3-point pick, and I think this is probably going to be a popular one this week, but I looked at the numbers, and it's about 50-50, which is good. We want 50-50. We like taking the 50-50 picks. My 3-point pick, Packers at Steelers on Sunday night. I'm going with the Steelers +3. Now we know. Is that your 3-point?
Yep.
Yep. Okay. Well, we're doing it again, Mike. We're doing it again.
And I'm not moving either. I'm not moving off of it because
No.
I love it so much. I would move off of it, but I'm not. I love the pick. It's my favorite pick of the week.
Right. No, don't move. Don't move. We're not going to move. We're going to go on this combined then. You'll give your perspective on it right when I'm done. I'll be quick, though. All we know is that this is an Aaron Rodgers revenge game at home for Aaron Rodgers, and this passing offense is insane right now. That is their bread and butter. The Green Bay run defense is pretty good. Doesn't matter. They don't really run the ball, the Steelers, but they do pass the ball all over the place, and Green Bay's pass defense is middle of the pack. I mean, it's an Aaron Rodgers revenge game, and he's getting 3 points. So they're also insanely healthy, and the Packers aren't insanely healthy. So I think it's just an easy pick. I think it's just an easy pick. Maybe it's a little bit of bait, the 3 points, but I'm still taking it at +3.
I love the Steelers +3 this week. I absolutely love it. You know, there's so many trends that go your way with this pick. And I'll read off a couple here. Since 2017, the Steelers are 28-22 off a loss straight up. When they have extended prep time after a loss, they're 11-3 against the spread. Obviously, they played Thursday night. Since 2010, after the Steelers played Thursday night football, they're 12-3 straight up, 9-6 against the spread the next week. After the Steelers defense allows 30 points, they are 29-12-1 against the spread in their next game. When the Steelers are at home, after that bad performance, it's 21-8-1. I mean, also look at it like this: the Packers have left a lot to be desired. They have not played great the last few weeks. Look at that Browns game they lost, tight against the Cardinals, the Bengal game with Joe Flacco being in Cincinnati for less than a week makes that game somewhat close at the end. They have not looked great, this team, and I think they lose the game outright against a Steeler team that is better than I thought coming into the year.
Yeah, I mean, we both agree on this pick, but you're right. The Packers haven't played amazing teams except for week 1 when they destroyed the Lions that we all remember, but we kind of all figured out that was a fluke. So last couple of weeks, we've got to see the real identity of the Packers. We still don't know on Josh Jacobs, who last week was questionable because he had an illness. He was super sick, so it was like a real game time decision. This week he's questionable again. That does matter a lot. And the Steelers defense has also gotten better. We knew at the beginning their run defense sucked, but it's gotten a lot better. And they're sticking with their identity now. They're really figuring that out, and they're rolling right now. It's hard to pick against them.
This is an unbelievable comment. It's just it does get to a point.
Oh God,
it does get to a point. Okay, you know what? That's crossing a line there. That's crossing a line there.
What?
Are you serious?
What?
He's bringing the dead guy into it.
That's what 33 means. He died when he was 33.
33 means that's the number of points they scored in the third quarter, fourth quarter.
And guess what? Guess how old Demaryius Thomas was when he died? 33, pal.
Oh my God.
He was 33.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I'm done with it too, believe me.
Oh my God. All right.
I don't want to think about it anymore.
Crazy stray there for rest in peace, Demaryius Thomas.
Yes, rest in peace.
Let's get to the 2-minute drill. I have nothing prepared. This is a real 2-minute drill.
Yeah.
As we get set to spin the wheel.
We're pulling a Bo Nix like 40-second drill right now. 30-second drill. Let's see.
We are spinning the wheel.
Was that 71?
71. Couldn't be 6-7 plus 7-10.
Okay.
That's what we have to get to.
Yep, cut off.
Oh, I'm cut off.
You're cut off. No, we're not doing 6-7. Okay.
All right, are you ready to start the timer?
I'm ready to start the timer when you're ready to start the timer.
I'm ready to start the timer. You could go with the timer.
Okay. Okay. I'll start us off because I have something. It's National Tight Ends Day on Sunday. That means every tight end is scoring. Doesn't matter who you pick. You can pick any tight end, they're going to score. Any yards. I'm going to stray away from Sunday Night Football, where I think all 5 tight ends are going to score. All 4 on the Packers and 1 on the Tucker Kraft on the Packers. But what I'm going to go with is Ferguson over on yards. I'm going to see if the lines are out. But I like how the Giants played their tight ends against the Broncos last week. I expect the Cowboys to do it again. His over is 40.5. It's out.
40.5.
We're taking the 40.5 on Ferguson.
And I'm going 40 plus on Goddard minus 132 against the Giants.
Oh, okay. Should we do all tight ends? All tight end 2-minute drill?
No.
No?
Okay. I already have my next pick.
Oh, then let's hear it.
Drake London, 5+ balls, minus 192.
Okay, 5+ minus 192. See, that's the thing. I brought up a stat last week. When he's playing with Darnell Mooney, his numbers go way down.
I don't want to like.
It's safe taking the receptions, though. I like that.
Yeah,
it's safe taking the receptions.
I don't want to like believe in that either.
Yeah. Okay. We have 30 seconds left. I'm going to go to the Bears-Ravens game. Let's see what we got cooking here, because this Ravens defense sucks.
Yeah.
Really does suck. Oh, Flacco's lines aren't out yet, though. Not Flacco. Lamar. Yeah. Not the same person at all. You know what, Caleb's... We got like 10 seconds. Caleb's at 218.5. I'm going to take his over on passing yards, which I know I said before, Caleb wasn't amazing this year. And his numbers have been down, even though the Bears have been rolling. I'm still taking the over on passing yards. I like him passing most of this game. So taking advantage of that defense. I'll take Caleb's over.
There we go. Caleb over 218.5 passing yards. Goddard 40+. Jake Ferguson over 40.5. And Drake London 5 balls. There we go.
5 balls. Wow.
5 balls.
Dude's hungry, huh?
He's going to be hungry on Sunday against that terrible Miami defense.
Yeah.
All right. No punter profit this week. We honestly just forgot to put the post up. Like, just early in the week. Couldn't get the post up. So we don't have a punter profit for you this week.
Hey, if you have one, though, comment it. If you have
if you're watching right now and you have a bet, let us know. We'll flame you for it. Let's go to Sunday Night Football. We both had this game in our expert picks, both our 3-point picks. Steelers and Packers, a revenge game. Aaron Rodgers playing the Packers once again in Pittsburgh, though. Pumped for this game. I'm very excited for it. And like I mentioned before, I just think the Steeler team coming, with a ton of extra rest here.
We got a comment, Mike. Your boy, JM. Eagles minus 97.5. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'll take that. I'll profit off that.
Yeah, let's profit off that. It's good. Yeah, like they didn't
doesn't work on
crap out of them 2 weeks ago. Literally made them quit on a football field as if that didn't happen 2 weeks ago. Yeah, okay.
Is Paulson Adebo playing? Is Adebo playing? He's not going to play, I don't think.
He better be. At least
I think it's going to be Cordell Flott, who's been amazing, and Andrew Phillips, who sucked. But Deonte Banks is going to be the nickelback, right? He's going to be the slot cornerback. Oh, God.
Deonte Banks should never step on a football field again.
No, he should be working at McDonald's right now.
Wow. Okay.
Actually, no, he shouldn't be working at all. You can't count on him for anything. Wow. Banks are always open on Sundays, apparently. Always open.
Banks are always open. Banks are always open. So, yeah, I love the Steelers here. We talked about it before. I really don't have much here. We're going to make a Sunday night parlay, though. I do love the Steelers in this game, getting 3 at home. I think it's going to go down to 2.5. And, I'd probably take it right now at 3. If you could get 3.5, I take 3.5.
Yeah. I mean, we both went over our picks already. I like the Steelers just to win. So
they're going to win the game outright. I'll have a money line too.
Right. I mean, if we think back to that Cowboys game against the Packers, what a terrible game that was to watch. Or a terrible ending, I should say, because it was an awesome game. It was a terrible ending. If they can't beat the Cowboys like that in prime time, they can't beat Aaron Rodgers and the Steelers. For our parlay, we already talked about National Tight Ends Day. If you take any of their tight ends, any one of these teams' tight ends, and the Packers go like 12-13 formation a lot. They use jumbo sometimes too. So they're a very tight end heavy team. It's kind of weird this year though, because Freiermuth was the guy last year. I think even for 2 years he was the guy. They got Jonnu Smith. They got Pat Freiermuth, but also had Darnell Washington, this dude, who's a beast. He's like 300-something pounds as a tight end.
Yeah.
He can move. He can catch. He's bigger than guys. He matches up great. And he's finally getting red zone targets. And obviously we know the Steelers team is pass-first team. So any one of these tight ends, I feel like Aaron Rodgers is going to want to reward one of his veteran guys, though. So if you want to go Jonnu Smith or Pat Freiermuth, that might be safer for a touchdown. And I would put a touchdown on the parlay, on the Sunday night parlay. And then real quick, I mean, I'll go Jordan Love 225 plus. I don't think lines are out yet, but
they are out.
Are they out? Okay, let me look at that real quick. It says Steelers second most passing yards allowed. And if I think that the Steelers are going to be up the whole game, the Packers are going to have to pass. We also don't know the whole Josh Jacobs situation. He played last week, even though he was sick right before the game. I assume he's going to play again, but you never know. That's what happens when we do these on Thursdays. We just don't know about Sunday night injuries yet. But yeah, we expect he's going to play. I still take Jordan Love for 225 plus. Let's see what we can get. What we can get on that. What his line is.
I'll get Kraft 50 plus. Let's do 4 legs, 2 legs each here.
Okay.
This one. I feel good about this game. I'll go Kraft 50 plus minus 136. You'll have Jordan Love at plus minus 160 for 225.
Yeah. He's at 237.5. So I'll still take his 225. I like that.
He's at 225. Receiving.
Aaron Rodgers is at 218.5. I feel like that's a little bit low if anybody likes taking that. But the Packers defense, Micah Parsons, obviously their pass rush is good. He's finally gotten a multi-sack game. So they're moving. But I think Aaron Rodgers is smart enough to pass the ball early. That's what he does well, especially passing it early and downfield. So I think this is a really good matchup for Rodgers.
So you're going to take Rodgers?
No, I'm taking for the parlay?
Yeah.
Oh, no, I'm taking Love, 225 plus.
We're doing 2 each. We're doing 2 each.
Yeah, so I'll do a tight end touchdown. Let's do Freiermuth touchdown.
All right. Freiermuth. And I'm going to go.
I think he's like 185, right? Plus 185.
And I'm going to go Jaylen Warren 20 plus receiving yards.
Ooh, okay.
Freiermuth is plus 270.
Oh, geez, I love that. I love plus 270.
There we go.
Freiermuth, what was your other one?
I have Kraft 50 plus receiving yards. Freiermuth score a touchdown plus 270. Jordan Love 225. And Jaylen Warren 20 plus receiving yards. We'll post that out for you over the weekend for your betting purposes. Bo, before we get out of here, great Thursday night game tonight. We have the Chargers. We have the Vikings in LA. The spread is 3 points. Bo, I really like a side here. I really like a side. This almost made the picks, the expert picks.
Don't tell me Minnesota. Is it Minnesota?
Minnesota plus 3. Minnesota gets the start tonight for the Vikings. Did you know that Carson Wentz is 7-0 straight up and 6-1 against the spread in his career playing on a Thursday?
No, come on. Get out of here.
And when he was an underdog in these Thursday night games, he won both of them outright. I will take the Vikings. This Charger team is incredibly banged up. We've seen it over the past few weeks. That game against the Colts was disgusting. I am now out on Justin Herbert after being the biggest Herbie believer. This Vikings team is desperate for a win. Carson Wentz has been bad. We've seen the underdogs prevail in these Thursday night games. I'm pretty sure they're 5-2 against the spread in these Thursday night games. I will take the Vikings +3, whatever the number is. I will take them as a dog, and I'll take them outright to win the game. Then they go to LA and get the win.
Wow. You're sticking with that trend of taking the team that nobody likes, and that's how you play the game. You're playing it right. I can't disagree with you on that. I would take Chargers -3 just because it's 3 and they're at home. It's funny though. I have Vikings highlighted on my prep sheet, so maybe I was thinking Vikings last night when I was going over this. But what I wrote down is going to be a lot of sacks in this game. Both defensive lines are good. Both offensive lines aren't good and are missing a ton of pieces. I don't think Joe Alt is playing yet. He's questionable for today's game. I think Christian Darrisaw is out for the Vikings, so that's a big loss. But, it's been like that all season.
Yep.
Another injuries, we have Van Ginkel is out again. I feel like he's been out a lot this season. And then Aaron Jones was designated to come back from the IR this week. He's questionable, so he might actually play. Again, we won't know until 6:30, an hour and a half before the game. So those are things to watch out for. If Joe Alt is back, I really like the Chargers in this game. I really like the Chargers. They have to find their spark, though, and they haven't destroyed teams like they did the first couple games of the season. Chargers, Raiders, Broncos, they beat. But, yeah, this is going to be a close game. And I think everybody looks at these games now, these days, these primetime games, like, oh, these teams – they're not really fun. They don't have that much interest in them. They're West Coast teams, whatever. And they're like, oh, I'm not going to watch. Watch the game. Because every single game, especially Thursday night games, have been insane so far this season. And all I got to say is this season, it feels like every single game comes down to the last minute or two, but barring some. But the majority of the games, especially prime time, come down to the last minute, the last drive. It's usually a field goal who wins it, or something crazy happens, and it's very offensive. So I think it's going to be a great game no matter what, like you said. Vikings, I guess I was with you on the Vikings before, but if Joe Alt's playing, give me Chargers -3.
There we go. That's the Thursday night pick. You can check out all these picks on our social media page. This episode will be posted on YouTube immediately after this. Bo, fun episode. We will talk to you guys next week on Monday with the recap show, see how we did. Super pumped for this week. Big week 8, some big games. We'll talk to you guys later.